podcast in a car.
Nice.
Except for as soon as the camera starts rolling, you don't have anything to say.
I know. Well, you took your wig off at the wrong time, bro.
You're right, I'll put it back on. It's just, it was kind of hard for me to see. Will you put it on me?
Yeah.
Trying to figure out the best way. I had it on perfect when I was in the store, and then I took it off. I shouldn't have done that.
I think it's got so much hair at the front here that it's like...
Yeah. Just so it's like not in my vision so much, you know. Pull it over back here.
Oh, yeah, that ought to help. Is that good?
I don't know.
It looks good. It looks really good. You know...
Okay, let's go. Are you gonna send this to Adam right now?
You know what? It kind of looks like, fuck, I don't remember what it looks like.
Like an anime Dragon Ball Z
Definitely like an
character?
anime character, yeah.
But like Sailor Moon or something?
Oh, I was gonna say, mine almost looks like one of those, like coonskin hats. It makes my hair look like that.
See, so, okay, I thought that the guy at the store was gonna make fun of me because he had one of those on. And then I was like, no, this guy understands fine headwear.
Oh, yeah.
And then Danny was like, yeah, he's wearing that hat because for pure joy because it's hot as fuck right now.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Damn, dude, look at that snowy mountain up there. It's just a lot of snow, dude.
Oh. We got a bit of a hold up there.
Why? Is this traffic or something?
There's an accident.
Ah, crap.
Oh, crap. Is that why it's saying it's gonna take forever?
Maybe, huh?
Well, there's no way around it, so...
So we are not at fault for being late. Oh, it's that. Muted. Okay, about speed now,
I've been listening to his podcast on Steve Jobs lately.
Okay.
That motherfucker was a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like, usually when someone gets that fucking wealthy or that fucking famous
Damn, look at that 240.
Oh, yeah.
That's sick.
Dude, you know what I really like? Have you seen the 240Zs with the 240SX front on them?
No. Oh, the old ones with the new front?
Or the other way, they'll
That
put the
would be-
whole front end on an old...
I haven't really seen that, but that would be cool.
You gotta kind of trim the fenders and hood up, but they look really sick on them. Well, plus it would just be fun. I mean, like, there's no way an old 240Z drives as good as like a 240SX.
Oh, yeah, no way the older one handles better without modded suspension.
Yeah, even then, I feel like it'd be hard. I mean,
You could put the right suspension on an old one.
yeah,
It would take a lot of modifying, but
it'd take a lot of work, but but the other thing is, it's a lot easier to stuff a bigger engine in a 240Z than it is for a 240SX because
True.
they came with a straight six.
yeah.
They handle better than two because that
And
straight
then they went
six.
down to a 4 straight, right?
No, not in the Z series.
The 240s.
The 240S.
But that's a different car, I guess.
Has a K24 in it, yeah. You can still stuff like a V8 in those 240SXs though.
Yeah, you just gotta wire tuck the shit out of everything and clean it up a lot.
240Z though, the
That would be a ripper with a V8 and 240 SX.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. With an LS in it. They would fucking scream.
That thing would scream.
They're so light.
Yeah.
Well,
My buddy had one when we were like, I don't know, teenagers, and that thing used to drift like crazy, dude. It was such a fun little car. He was always sliding that thing.
the 240Z, its power or its weight ratio
Yeah.
is it's actually a mid-engine car because
The way it's written.
the way it's weighted, it's weighted as a mid-engine car.
Whoa.
But it's only like it's like 46% or something front, and then 44% in the back.
So it's pretty close to even 50-50.
Yeah, and so that's a lot of why it handles as well as it does. But what they say is if you put an actual V8 in it, since it's so much shorter, it actually makes that a perfect weight ratio. because you know you don't have that weight on the nose.
It's a big ass Ranger station.
They handle better. Dude, I miss mine so fucking bad. Wish I never sold that thing. Maybe I'll get another one someday.
That'd be cool. I want to get another fun car someday.
What do you think you'll get?
I don't know. I've been looking at some different things. Like, I'll just start rattling off some of the ones I like. I like 370Zs. I like WRX. I actually like some of the newer Focus, like STs and RS. Some of the Audis are cool, like the A4s.
Are you gonna? Would you be more preferable? I mean, 370Z isn't, but would you be more preferable to all-wheel drive?
Oh yeah, I mean, that would be fun, like an Evo or a WRX or what else? I think the Focus RS is all-wheel, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, there's a couple all-wheel platforms that would be cool. An Evo would be sick.
Yeah. What's that fucking what's the Nissan 370Z that's all-wheel drive? The Quattro or something like that? No, that's how
Nissan 370? It's all-wheel?
Well, it's not. It's what's
It's a
the
Nissan
Infinity?
all-wheel?
It's an Infinity
Oh.
Q45 or something like that.
That's all-wheel?
Yeah, it's all-wheel.
Oh, I thought it was real like the 350.
Pretty sure. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's all-wheel drive.
Wow.
It's the same platform. It's just all-wheel drive.
You know what I've like been kind of looking at, like trying to figure out, like, okay, if I was to get another car, what would be like the best car to get bang for your buck, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I feel like because of the newer Corvettes that came out with the mid-engine, like you could get like the C6s and stuff for like 15 grand, and like that would be a fun car for 15 grand, you know what I mean?
But that's like a late 90s, early 2000s one?
Yeah,
Yeah, that would be really fucking fun.
for like, you know, like a decent fair amount of money, you know?
My grandpa's got an 87. And it's a fucking cool car. But
Yeah.
he's such an old... Okay, he got it for, like, cheap. He had a Z car, and someone crashed into him, and so he got a payout, and then he went and took that money. This would have been in, like, 89 or something. It was a pretty new car with hardly any miles on it, but the engine caught fire. It burned up all the fucking wiring. So he went through and rewired the whole thing, got a new engine for it. And then he drove that every fucking day, like with chains on it and shit, while I was growing up.
Huh, with the snow?
Yeah, in the snow and shit. He'd throw chains on it. That was his only car.
Wow.
And then, I mean, he's also was like 75 years old driving this thing. And so then it got a lifter noise at like 110,000 miles.
Okay.
It got a valve tick. And so he just parked it. And it's been parked ever since for like 12 years now.
I mean, that's smart if you're not gonna have to wait. I mean, you want to wait until you can fix it so it doesn't like
Get worse, yeah.
get worse.
But a valve tick's a pretty easy thing to fix, you know?
Gotta open up the valve cover and fix whatever's going on.
You just open up the valve. It needs a lash adjustment.
Yeah.
Pretty easy to do.
He's probably ripping on it a little too much.
He might have been. Dude, he's such a humble, reserved guy, but he's a fucking
I mean, you got a car
maniac
like
in
that.
those things, yeah.
You know, you're gonna want to step on
He took back in like 1950, 55, he took this, he always talks about this thing, he had a LaSalle. You know what a LaSalle is?
it.
It's like this old fucking boat from like 1939, 1940, but he put a big V8 in it, and just a 2-speed transmission, and he put a supercharger on it, which people didn't do a lot
Is
of
this
that
a
back in the 50s.
four-wheel or a coupe or what is this? Or a four-door?
No, it's a two-door car. Kind of ugly car. Looks like a 44.
Wow.
I don't know what 44 looks like.
Kind of like round and like.
It looked like a car that you would fucking run moonshine in.
Yeah. Wow.
And yeah, it's round, super round. But he drove that thing for like 20 or 30 years, and I've seen so many pictures, and he's always so proud of it because he said 50, 55 when he had it.
Yeah.
He said nothing could beat him in it because it would like not even like the Harley Davidsons at the time.
Oh, wow.
Blow all of the cars out of the water. Nothing.
It was a ripper for its day.
Yeah, I think he said it got like 4 or 5 miles per gallon.
Damn, that's crazy.
He still has. He pulled the engine and transmission out of it. He still got it. But it's still like it's so outdated at this point, you know.
Yeah.
You can get way more power out of a 350.
Yeah, I mean, you're restoring that thing because that's what you want to do. It's like a project for you at that point. I feel like.
Another thing that doesn't make any sense to me, like that I see car guys do, is they'll go and put together this old hot rod, and they'll throw like a 3 or 4 speed automatic transmission in it, or like a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
The Power Glide is stupid. Why do you just want 2 gears?
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, I guess I kind of understand doing something like back to factory specs.
It's like a vintagey thing.
But I'm like, why don't you just make everything else good and then have a decent,
Yeah.
you know? You
Yeah.
put
I'm
a
with that.
fucking 5 or a 6 speed in it, you know?
Even if I'm building like a muscle car, like I want to have modern suspension and brakes and stuff.
Right? Yeah. Put disc brakes on it. Like, why the fuck not?
Yeah.
And then plus, like, people don't drive like they used to. Those cars weren't meant to go on, 80 miles an hour on an Arizona freeway. Or even on, everyone drives 80 on our freeways.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, when there wasn't as much traffic back then, too. So,
Yeah.
it's kind of reckless to be driving shit like that when, usually I guess if you're going to put that kind of money in it, you're not going to be driving it that much, but still, it's like put a 5-speed, put some real brakes on it.
Yeah, nowadays those old cars, not too many people relying on them for daily drivers, their projects,
Yeah. Yeah. But even when you go and take it out on a fun night,
Yeah.
like, it'd be nice to have real brakes
Oh yeah.
and suspension so you could actually take a corner.
Yeah, if I'm building something, I want to be able to rip on it. Like, some people build cars, they're just beautiful and they sit in the showroom or on the trailer or whatever, and like they're sick, but they don't ever see like a racetrack.
I think another thing is, back in the day when they were building these cars, technology wasn't as readily available for good braking or suspension, or good braking or turning. So all it was, the easy thing to do was to put it into going forward fast.
Yeah.
So
the cars were a lot heavier too.
Yeah. So I understand that mindset of it, but nowadays it's like, dude, just put brakes on it. Could you imagine having 4-wheel drums?
Oh my gosh. Has that ever really been a thing?
That was a big thing for a long time, yeah.
Wow.
It was like 60s. Probably late 50s they started is when they were putting disc brakes on things, but not everything even had them. A lot of cars in the 60s just still had drums all around.
Wow. Never really thought too much about that, but that seems like it makes sense,
Yeah. Well, if you look at like an old Model A or something, if you ever take a look at the front, they've got huge fucking drum brakes on them.
Yeah. That was a buddy of mine. I was at his house, and he's the one with the scooters, the mopeds, And he showed me one of those scooters had front drum brake. I was like, oh, whoa, that's crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it old?
Yeah. It was, I don't know, maybe 80s or 90s. Which seems still modern for a front drum brake, but yeah, I did. I had a drum and maybe the shoes for it. Just put them on there.
Well, it'd be kind of scary too, and when drum brakes get hot, they stop working a lot faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the word for that? It's like brake fade.
Yeah. That's super scary.
It happens really fast with drum brakes.
And at that point, all you have is downshift and your emergency brake.
No, because your emergency brake is the rear brakes.
Oh, if it's, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because it is still drum brakes.
Yeah. So, you have no brakes.
Yeah, so once your front drums are hot, your back drums are still hot too. Probably, yeah. Right, maybe not as hot because they're a lot bigger usually, but...
Dude, burning brakes is one of the worst smells ever.
Oh, yeah.
It's also super alarming, like after traveling and like breaking down and that kind of stuff. Like when you're like listening to your car and you're like smelling for smells or you're climbing
Did
steep
we
hills
tell
and
you
stuff.
about when we were driving to fucking Utah last summer and Willie's tire like got a bubble in it?
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah.
And you like knew exactly why that's happening.
Yeah, it's
Like this has happened to me
guys,
before.
I know what this is. Like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
at first, like, Willie's like, nah, man, it's just my alignment's just weird. I'm like, I know, man, that's like the first step.
I'll tell you guys a crazy story. We were on this like 2-week run tour or whatever. We like just left. We were leaving Oregon. We had a trailer and my dad's Yukon, and the trailer was pretty loaded, and so it looked like the tires were low. And so we stopped. We put some air in the tires. We get down the road and a little ways, and one of the tires blows, rips the fender off. We end up. What did we do? I think we had a spare, and so we put that on, or something like that. I think we had a spare, and we put that on it, and then we get a little farther down the road, and the other one blows and fucking rips that fender off.
Oh no.
And so we're kind of like stuck for a minute, but we ended up getting on like Facebook Marketplace, finding a wheel that would fit, and we put it on and hobbled our way to our show that night. And
Did you call them and have them drive it to you?
no, we detached the trailer, went and got it, came back to the trailer, put it on the trailer, and then went to the show.
Oh, you blew the tires on the trailer.
Yeah, on the trailer.
Oh, I see. I thought you were saying on your truck.
Both tires on the trailer. So the one of the wheels, the one we got from Facebook, was like a really skinny tire, and so you could only go like 50, 55 miles before the trailer would kind of start wobbling, so you couldn't go very fast. And at that point, because the fenders got ripped off with the tires, there's no brake lights on the trailer.
Oh shit.
It was a nightmare, dude. When we got it all sorted the next day, we like went to an auto parts store and set up some lights, and we Les Schwab and got new tires on the trailer. But
Did I tell you the time the trailer from mine flew off a cliff like this in front of me?
holy shit, dude.
That was fucking scary.
What?
I was
Oh, yeah, that shit like almost killed you, right?
yeah. So I was on the pot farm, and I had this old Camaro. I had a 81 Camaro, and my boss wanted to buy it from me for his wife for Mother's Day, and he had a really good car trailer and a truck and everything, and he's like, yeah, go drive up to Salem, get the car on. I had a 1 day. Harvest, no, Mother's Day isn't harvest, it was planting, so it had been May or whatever. Anyways, get the thing loaded up, and I'm working, and he's like, all right, I got you all loaded up, and I'm like, are you sure everything's good? And I didn't go check anything, because I figure he's towed a bunch of cars before, but I also know he's kind of a fucking dumbass, and I get like to Roseburg from Cape Junction, almost to Roseburg, and all of a sudden I'm driving, and then I'm like going 70 miles an hour. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, it felt like my rear end, like I got hit. I thought I got hit. Like,
Oh, wow.
I thought someone was
Impact
changing
on the back.
lanes, and because my whole back end could come back and forth, and
Oh,
I'm like,
geez.
oh fuck, like it's hopping back and forth. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Slam on the brakes, and as soon as I hit the brakes, it stops shaking, and I just see the trailer go past me in the the slow lane and just go all fucking crazy, 70 miles an hour, back and forth, weaved around a little fucking Honda,
Oh
goes
my
in
God.
front of him, and then shoom, flies off of a cliff.
Oh,
And I'm just like, holy fuck.
that's insane.
And so I pull over, thankfully no one was fucking hurt. Another car pulls up behind me, and I'm just like shaking, like, the fuck did I just see? Like, I almost died, almost killed that guy in that fucking
What was in
Honda.
the trailer?
There's nothing, because I was going up to Salem to pick up this car.
Oh my god.
There was nothing on it.
Wow.
And then I'm like, I don't know what just happened. It fucking
Everyone's
flew
gonna
off.
think you're a fucking asshole.
I had a broken chain. Actually, both my chains were broken. Trailer wiring was ripped off, and I'm looking down a fucking ravine.
Yeah.
And there's that fucking trailer down there, and I'm
Way
like,
down there. How'd you guys get it up?
well, I pull over and I'm taking a breather and I step out, and this fucking total cowboy gets out of his car, and he's smoking a cigarette, and he's just like, well, looks like you lost your trailer. And I'm like, yep. And he's like, And he's like, all right. And he's like, you got a winch on that thing. And he runs down there and he grabs the fucking winch, undoes the winch. And like, he just does it. He's like, well, it was like you lost your trailer. He's like, good thing you got a winch. And he runs down there and then climbs back up this fucking hill with the winch out and then hooks it onto my truck. And then he runs down there and he's like, I'm like, holy fuck. Like, he's like, well, back it up. I back it up to the cliff. And then, I mean, it's like 20, 30 feet down. And he runs down there, hits the button on the winch, and then pulls him and the fucking trailer all the way up this cliff to my truck. And then we get it back up there, and he's like, all right, you better run and get to town and get this shit figured out. And I'm like, oh, fuck.
Thanks,
yeah,
dude.
thanks, dude. I was just like...
Was the trailer all damaged?
Yeah, it was super fucked up.
Yeah, I bet.
You were able to tow it still, though?
Yeah.
I still was able to tow it.
That's crazy.
I threw it, the chains were broken. So what I realized was that it was the wrong size fucking trailer ball he put on there.
Oh, and it
It was
slipped
too
off.
small, so it slipped off. And I'm like, well, it didn't make it this fucking far, so I put it on there, no chains, and I drove like 15, 20 miles an hour all the way to Roseburg, like another 10 miles.
Damn.
Stop at an AutoZone that was just about to close because it's dark at this point. And I called my boss. I'm like, you nearly just fucking killed me. And after that, now I always check to see my shit's
Yeah, I know.
myself.
I'm paranoid when it comes to that shit too.
So I trusted him. I thought he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
And so I get in there and then I buy the right shit. And
Lesson learned. Always check the trailer.
always check your load. Yeah. Just check your load to make sure it's right. Yeah, I bought the new trailer. I bought some new chains. And then I went and bought some wire and some crimps, and I just rewired up the whole trailer and new hitch on it and new chains on it. The trailer is like this now, but I just went slow and made it all the way home, and then I actually even loaded the fucking Camaro back up on it and pulled it back slow.
Wow.
Fucking scary though, dude.
Yeah, that's super scary, man.
You got back in the trailer's all destroyed, but everything else is fine.
Oh my
Like, what the
God.
fuck happened?
Fucked up the rear bumper from that car too. Because what happened is the ball came off and it was still stuck on the safety chains, and that's why. And it was a big, heavy trailer, so
Yeah,
it
that's
was
why it was swinging. Yeah.
swinging back and forth, and it was pulling the truck back and
Yeah.
forth.
There was more snow out here than I was thinking.
Fucking scariest moment driving.
We had a pretty treacherous trip one time. We were coming back from Northern. When we left Reading that night, we were heading back up to Southern Oregon, and I-5 was closed because of the snow. And we were like, man, we really want to get to Southern Oregon, Klamath Falls tonight. And so we found this other way, this like back way that like pops you up from this like southern end of Klamath Falls. It's like you go, I don't know, this mountain road or whatever. It was like such a bad decision. Like we put our chains on, we were in our bus, but drove like all through the night, doing like 30, 40 miles an hour, like on like black ice, snowing super hard. It was like really a bad idea. I might as well let the memory card fill up because there's only like 8 minutes left on there.
Damn, it's fucking dry.
I brought an extra memory card just in case. I filmed a bunch of Scooty Gang stuff yesterday.
Scooty Gang, they got a name for the club?
Just Scooty Gang.
It's just Scooty Gang?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, dude, that's a tight cut, bro. It kind of looked maybe like you could be Russian or something. You need a tracksuit. Dude, we should do tracksuits. That'd be sick.
Dude, especially with these hair pieces.
Dude, I'm down with tracksuits. We should get tracksuits for sure. We should definitely do that at least once.
What was that fucking movie? Do you guys remember this movie from like the 90s? It was like a rom-com that this guy and girl go on a date, and she tells him, they're like, yeah, let's meet at this spot, and she says, dress like a biker. So he shows up and he's dressed like a
bicyclist?
a bicyclist. And she's like, you were supposed to dress like a biker. He's like, I am. And they look around and it's like a fucking biker bar.
I don't remember what that is.
I was trying to find it online the other day because I thought it was so fucking funny. I thought it'd be
That
a funny
sounds
clip to
familiar,
use
though.
for something.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Speaking of movies and Scooties, did you know some people, two people recreated the trip on Dumb and Dumber where he trades the van straight up and they
Yeah.
drive the Aspen on a scooter on a little bike?
Yeah,
they
I saw
actually
that.
did that.
That's so funny.
Dude, that would suck.
It would really suck, yeah. I saw a video recently of a guy that got one of those. You seen those little
How far is that, I wonder? I don't even know where they were when they traded the van.
Oh, I don't know. Like
Aspen, where the beer flows
600
like wine.
miles, 600 miles or 800 miles or something.
Good grief. On a tiny ass little bike. Dude, actually, you probably would run out of gas in certain places because you can't really go that far on a scooter without getting gas.
Yeah.
I mean, how far can you go? Like 50 miles?
Thinking about
Well,
pulling out
with that
some,
much weight on it though too.
Oh, yeah, with two guys on it.
pulling out some money and getting an electric bike.
Oh, yeah, you've been talking about that.
Been talking about it for a while, but Bitcoin's up real high right now. Thinking about taking out a little bit of profit.
There you go.
Get yourself a tricycle.
Get myself a trike.
Yater. I definitely want to get my scooter fixed up. At least running. And then get that one running and sell it and get a two-stroke, like a Yamaha or something. I think running I could get like $1,200 for that scooter. Right? If it was running good.
Probably. I was gonna put it for 15.
Yeah. Put 15 in that and take 12.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Cause I mean, you can get a pretty decent scooter. You can probably get a Yamaha, like a Zuma, for $2,000.
Yeah, but I don't think someone's gonna spend that money on it without a speedometer.
Oh, right. I have to fix the speedometer. That probably is an easy fix, huh?
As long, you just gotta call the Schwinn or go to a dealership or something. I couldn't find this.
I gotta learn about that scooter. My buddy was telling me, I think he thinks that there's a bolt-in swap you could do for a 150cc.
Really?
Yeah, because they're like, I think you're saying like a lot of domestic scooters or whatever, they have the same engine, 4-stroke engine, or 4-stroke 50cc engine.
Dude, but like,
But I feel like that scooter is hefty enough that with some upgrades, like the wheels are big enough, you know, you could go 40 on that thing.
yeah, but if you said a 150cc?
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
Because you'd have to
Because
get
that's the next one, right? You get a 50cc and then you go up to a 150.
But you're gonna need an endorsement for that.
It's supposed to have one. But what if it's modded and it's not documented?
That's true. Yeah, that is a good point. Well, but you also are gonna need your motorcycle endorsement if you get clocked going over like 35 or something.
Yeah. Dude, my buddy fucking does wheelies everywhere he goes on them, and he's been stopped like 4 times for it. But he doesn't give a ticket.
You're just like, don't do this.
Yeah.
Dude, it would suck to like crash on an electric bike. It's like be on like the bike path or something, like 4 miles away from anything. Fucking crash and break my arm or some shit. It's just like,
Those things
what
go
the fuck
fast,
am I
too.
gonna do? Yeah, they can go up to like
30?
32, I think, if you take the limiter off of them. Otherwise, they're like 28. But yeah, 32 or 35. I wouldn't take the limiter off. Not at first, at least.
That scooter that I bought from you, I think the fastest I was like driving next to somebody, it was like, I can't remember how I tracked it, but I thought it was like 27 miles an hour was the fastest I got it. But I wonder with like a tune-up, because that was just like, I hadn't done anything to it, if you did go 30.
I don't think you can because I think it's got a governor on it.
Oh, limiter?
A limiter for 28 miles an hour.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well-
that's, I think, how fast you can legally take it.
Oh, okay.
But, I mean,
I wonder how easy it is to remove that. Not that I would.
not that hard.
Yeah, probably, right?
It looked to me like maybe in like 50 or 100 bucks to, you know,
Yeah.
make that thing a lot faster.
Yeah. Which honestly would be better for it because it's like it would be safer if it was a little faster.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Like 35, if you could go 35.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of stressful when you're,
Super slow when you're in traffic.
yeah, and cars get right up on your ass.
Like, you
or
can
try
ride
to
it-
pass you.
Yeah, you can ride it downtown and it's fine. Like I ride it from my apartment to downtown and like that's okay. But like, you know, going on like any of the like over Coburg Road or, you know, West 11th, stuff like that. It's not ideal.
God, could you imagine that thing at fucking 65?
Well, actually, like, you know, that would be crazy fast. I don't think I've ever ridden a scooter that fast. But, like I was saying, that one does kind of have, like, the frame, the chassis of it, it's like a Metropolitan type scooter. So, I mean, I feel like I would probably feel safe maybe doing like 40 on that.
Yeah, 40 would be fine. Yeah. I probably didn't feel that much different than 28, but I feel like 50 or 60 would feel different.
Oh, yeah, that's different, I feel like, for sure.
So I'm getting my laptop upgraded. I'm not getting a new one, but I didn't realize I only have 250 gigs of RAM. I do need a new laptop eventually, but
250 hard drive?
I only have a 250 gig hard drive.
Yeah.
And so my neighbor is going to do it for the cost of the parts, but a 1 terabyte hard drive, and then put another stick of RAM in it. So
On a MacBook? That's cool.
Yeah, so then I'll have, because I have 512 of RAM, and then it'll be 1,000.
512 of RAM? Damn, that's crazy.
Why, was that not very much or a lot?
Well, I mean, my computer only has 24, but it's a beast.
24 RAM. Are you thinking of storage space?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about RAM?
No, I'm talking about RAM.
Wow. Yeah, it
like
seems very
512,
high.
that's like a supercomputer.
Yeah, that seems real high.
512 megabits?
Oh, gig.
Manzanita should be Little Apple.
Yeah. Manzanita trees are really beautiful, though.
Manzanita
Bro, we're stuck in traffic.
Yeah, there's a lot of traffic.
Yeah. Something.
Even the Giantess cannot conquer traffic.
I bet you like a truck rolled over or something.
Something's shitty.
Something gnarly happened.
Oh, man, I hope, like, I sent my truck full of venomous snakes didn't knock over.
Just cobras.
That used to be one of my worst fears.
Dude, cobras are gnarly. I've seen some videos. They get fucking big, dude.
Yeah, dude. I think they're the largest venomous snake.
Really?
Dude, I saw a video recently of like a cobra or something that looked like a cobra on a golf course, and it was gigantic.
Yeah, big ass snake. Like an 8-9 foot snake,
Yeah,
right?
and it's like all like standing up tall.
Yeah, like
looked
3 or
bigger
4
than a person,
feet.
you know?
Yeah.
It's just like, is that real?
Dude, they're crazy.
Dude, and they strike so fast, like...
Don't they shoot venom out their face?
No, there are spitting cobras, but that's not the same one.
We were talking about going to Guam one time,
Yeah.
and so so we looked up Guam, and the first thing we find, or like, what did we look up? Like deadly animals or something in Guam.
Well, it was because James.
Yeah, because 'cause
James was like, I want to go traveling, but I don't want to get a passport. We're like, well, where can you go without a passport? And we find Guam, and he's like, I'm down, let's go to fucking Guam.
Why do you want to get a
Wait, are there
passport?
spiders in Guam? And so we go and look, and so Guam had this snake problem, where it was like getting infested with these snakes.
Tree
And
snakes.
the only, these tree snakes, and the only natural predator on the island for these tree snakes was this really big spider. And so at first, all these tree snakes got out of control, started destroying everything, all the vegetation and all the little critters and stuff. And then the spiders started eating all the snakes, and then the spiders got out of control. And then the spiders' only natural predator over there is a different snake. And so then this snake got out of control. And and apparently Guam is just full of spiders and snakes.
Gnarly.
Yeah, so we had all collectively been like, well, maybe not.
Yeah, like, let's
Matt's
not do that.
terrified of snakes.
And James is terrified of spiders.
And I don't really like either of those things personally, so
Well, I am unnaturally afraid of snakes, but I still try to do whatever I can to engage myself in them. Like, if someone has a snake, I'm happy to pick it up. Or, like,
Yeah.
I found a fucking snake in my house one time. You know, it's just like a gardener snake. They still give me the most gut-wrenching,
I had a pet
terrible
snake when I was a
feeling.
kid.
Me too,
I had
yeah.
a pet python.
Oh, really?
Little ball python. It's probably like 3 feet.
I was at my dad's old house. We lived kind of in the middle of nowhere, next door to a graveyard, and I go downstairs in the morning, and I was like gonna do my laundry. I get downstairs to the bottom floor, and there's a bird flying around in the house, and I'm like trying to get this bird out of the house, and then it flies into the window and knocks itself out, and so I bring it outside, and like it wakes up, it flies away, and then
That's a beautiful story, Danny.
and then I go down into the basement, and there's a broken window in the basement. I go down because that's where the laundry machine is, and I look in the laundry machine, luckily, before I started running my laundry, and there's a live bunny sitting in there, just
No
chilling.
way.
Yeah, just chilling in the laundry machine.
Did it jump through the window and fall into it? or
Yeah, I
something?
must have got through the window, and there's like this big concrete ledge by the window and the laundry machine, so it just like came in and probably fell inside of it.
Did you pick him up or?
Yeah, I like put a towel around him and picked him up and then let him outside, and yeah, it was just like a Disney movie.
That's a beautiful story, Danny.
Both the bird and the rabbit were not harmed.
Reminds me one time, one of my houses that I lived in Crestwell, we killed this rat that was so fucking huge, dude. We had it in a dustpan, and it was like the size of a football almost, dude. It was a big ass rat. Like bigger than my foot. Like,
Oh man, when I first moved out of my brother's house, when I first moved out of my parents' house, I moved in with my older brother, and like, I moved into this room that was upstairs. One of his roommates had just left and moved to Europe, and there's like a hole punched in the ceiling. It was like this little like triangular room. It was like a hole like punched into it, but it's not like fully through. It's just caved in. And like in the middle of the night, I hear this scratching, and like look over at the hole, and there's like little drywall particles falling out of it. It's like, oh, there's freaking mice in the wall.
dude, that's one of the most annoying things. Sounds like a mouse in your wall, like.
Dude, I know.
Scratching,
There were a
chewing.
lot of
This one time I was out crabbing and there was a dead seal on the side of the fucking beach.
Ooh, smelly.
So walk up to him and like fucking kick it, and then out came a whole bunch of fucking worms and shit. And then some of the worms, just past that, some of them were like in cocoons, like they were gonna turn into something, and then they turned into a whole bunch of bats and flied off.
Oh, God.
Okay, none of that was true. Whole story I made up.
I was gonna say, is that what bats come from? Worms?
No, but one time, okay, this did actually happen. When I was in Maui, and we're thumbing it around, we're on the side of the road, and I mean, it blew my fucking mind. We just step off to go take a piss or something, and there's a ginormous fucking hog that had died, like a wild boar. Fucking huge, big old tusks and shit. And I'm looking at him, and it's in the hot sun, and I'm like, oh, fuck, that thing's nasty. And so I walk up to him, and I, like a fucking idiot, I kicked him. And then it started fucking oozing out a little bit, and then like my whole fucking boot smelled terrible.
Oh,
It was a huge mistake.
like rotten death.
It just smelled like fucking death.
Dude, that's the worst.
James was
smell.
like, why would you have done that, dude?
Uh-huh. It's awful.
Ooh, yeah, death is a really gnarly smell.
It's really bad smell.
I'll take an apple donut.
We had some sort of...
See, these guys had it figured out.
No, we didn't. Well, I have a snack right here, so we didn't get any snacks. Chips or jerky or nothing.
We didn't. We just got the
Yeah.
chicken sticks.
Yeah. I kind of just, I didn't, like, I think I just wanted to get out and stretch for a second.
We're gonna starve.
But I was actually stoked on the chicken stick because it was pretty delicious.
I got cigarettes if you want to eat one.
No thanks. I saw the nastiest thing on Instagram. It was like somebody made a popsicle with a bunch of cigarettes like in it, like a cigarette flavored popsicle. It's disgusting.
Oh.
One time, I accidentally took a drink of a water bottle that one of my friends had like put their cigarette butt in when they were done with. I didn't know it was in there. And dude, I'll never forget the taste of that. It's awful.
Dude, my ex-girlfriend Elise, we were at this party when we were like fucking just kids, like, I don't know, like 18, 20, whatever, and so it's a party in a apartment, and it's pretty early, but then it went really late, and at some point, we're out of beer, and I don't know if any of us were old enough to buy beer. And so Elise comes out and she's like, I found this fucking
here comes the
whole,
tow truck.
I found this whole beer in the bathroom. And I'm like,
Starts
oh,
laughing.
great. And she drinks some of it, and she's like, oh, it tastes kind of bad. It's kind of spicy. Like someone put some hot sauce
Yeah.
in it. And
It's
then,
like that.
well, and then everyone around starts taking sips off of it, and they're trying to figure out what's wrong with it.
it. Here's another tow truck coming up.
And they're like trying to get me to try it, and I'm like, no, I don't know what's in that fucking beer.
Don't worry.
I don't play that game. And then later on, someone that was at the party had came back. They showed back up, and come to find out, that was the beer. So they dropped their friend off because their friend got super drunk and puked in that fucking beer.
Oh.
And they were all taking turns sipping on this beer.
Oh,
I did not
dude.
fucking try it.
Oh, good.
She
for
drank
you.
quite a bit of this fucking beer.
Ah.
Ah.
Oh, it's awful, man.
Who did Elise drink?
Elise drank it. It was Elise's beer that she found in the bathroom.
That's so funny.
Moving a little bit.
I don't do that game. You know when
Oh
someone's
my
like, this
God.
tastes kind of weird, or this smells funny. Like,
Okay, so when I took a drink of the cigarette, that kind of like spicy flavor is what that reminded me of, because it's kind of like that. It's disgusting, but it was like kind of a what is that? You know, spicy
Oh man, when
nicotine, fucking water.
living with my dad, he was out of town one night. I had BJ and my friend Nick over, and we're all just drinking PBRs. We were like 21 or 22. We were just drinking a bunch of PBRs. Oh, this person got left behind.
Oh shit, dude.
We were just drinking a bunch of PBRs, and we
Maybe
all,
they walked up.
and like this is the same place I was talking about, that we were like next door to a graveyard in the middle of nowhere, and we had like, I don't know what it's called, but it's like one of those like spinning air vent things that are on top of a lot of old houses, and it was all kind of rusty, and it was a windy night, so this thing's like spinning and just making a big screeching noise all night. And my friend Nick is like drunk, and he wakes up in the middle of the night, and he's all scared to get up and go to the bathroom because we're in this creepy house. He'd never been to my dad's either, and so he finds the closest Gatorade bottle to him and pees inside of it.
Oh
oh,
no.
I know where this is.
And then BJ woke up not too long after. It's and it's still warm, and he's like dying of thirst because he's drunk. It just like immediately grabs his Gatorade bottle that Nick just peed in, and like
That's awful.
chugged like 2 gulps of it before he
You know when
even
you're
realized.
so thirsty and you're dehydrated.
Yeah,
from
he had like
drinking.
gotten. He's already 2 gulps into it. He took a big old thirsty
Oh,
chug.
did he spit it everywhere?
Oh, dude, he like, as soon as like the second gulp hit, he realized.
Oh my
And
god.
it's still warm and everything.
man.
He runs to my dad's bathroom and pukes all over the place,
Yeah.
apparently. And
Fuck.
that's when we coined the term thirsty chug.
Oh no.
When you take a thirsty chug of something.
Dude, yeah. A thirsty chug of piss.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
That would fucking happen to BJ.
James did something similar. Danny, you've probably heard about this. He, his ex-girlfriend was a spitter, and so he
no,
fucking
man.
blows his load in her, and then they both have beer cans next to the bed, and she goes and spits it into the beer can.
Oh my god.
This was his beer can. He didn't realize she did this. And so he's fucking drunk. And after they're done, like shortly after,
Oh,
shortly
no.
after she spits in this cup, this can, he picks up and starts chugging the
Oh no. Oh no.
He said it took a few drinks and it was already in his stomach when he realized how slimy the beer was.
Oh, dude, Dave's gonna puke.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, it was like
Oh.
he was so upset about it, and everyone teased him about it for so long that it was like you could tell he was really getting sick thinking about it, you know?
Oh, dude, yeah. That's awful.
Oh man.
God.
I'd be pretty upset too, honestly. Like, I mean, like, it'd be like, you know, it's one thing if it wasn't your beer, but it's like your own beer, man. Like, you're not, like,
Well, no.
it's like, what are you trying
Leave
to
it
roofie
out
me,
for
you know?
someone
You're
to-
spiking my drink?
Dude, I had that something similar happen to me. I didn't eat it, but I had, I remember when I lived at that Lockhaven house. After a party, like late at night, this girl comes up to my room and she just wanted to give me head. And I'm like, sure. So she gives me head, and then when she finishes, she's like, she's like, we're like, I can tell she's trying to scramble to go to the bathroom or something, and she's like, never mind. And I'm like, okay, and it's dark, and we go to bed, and then next morning I wake up, and I had this suit jacket that I'd sewed a bunch of cool patches all over it, like Led Zeppelin and fucking Nirvana and shit. And it turned out she just leaned over, picked up that suit jacket, and spit my load all over the suit jacket.
Oh no, you're like,
and just kind of wiped it and so I realized that the next day. I was like, that's why I thought she just swallowed it or something, you know? And then turns out, no.
You're like, my jacket.
And it's dry clean only, so what are you gonna do?
Oh, man.
You bring it to the dry cleaners. Oh, don't worry, we get this all the time.
No, I threw it away.
Here. We gotta get a little shot of this. Show them what's up, man.
We are not on an actual podcast right now, right?
Yeah, we're on a podcast.
We are not live streaming.
No, not live streaming.
I
was gonna chop it up.
I don't know if I want to share my cum stories.
Dude, that's a golden story. What are you saying?
Take this one too, Matador. My tatter.
Oh.
Oh wait, you go. Okay. It's just so sunshined. How do you window down?
Sun is shining right here. Oh, it's foggy.
Wow, that sky looks really cool on your phone right now. A lot cooler than it really is.
I was gonna record it's at 15 minutes. I usually do 1 hour, so we did like 30 something minutes before the camera died, and I was just gonna let it go for 1 hour.
That's fine. Yeah.
It's kind of a fun way to do a podcast, honestly, because this is where I feel like it's most natural. Dude, some of the conversations that I've had with band members, like traveling, they're some of the funniest, like most greatest conversations. Just when you're chilling in the car, hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we tour for the conversations.
Well, hopefully we get to move in soon because the tow trucks are up there now. Is that Hoodoo?
Yeah, that's Hoodoo right there.
It's not very punk rock to miss a show because of
Traffic.
a car accident.
Yeah, I mean, we should have got up here a lot earlier.
That is true. Dude, what a fucking day. I can't believe I saw that guy shit himself.
Oh yeah, tell that one to the camera, man.
Well, we don't, I mean, if you want to, but you don't have to be specific about nothing. That's the thing, you can tell stories, you just don't have to be like specific, but it's all
We're
good.
gonna think we're really gross.
I know. Well, we kind of are.
It's real life, man.
So Matt forgot the merch this morning.
Oh yeah, so you got like almost all the way down there, and
Yeah, I almost see Eugene.
I called him up. I'm like, so
shit.
how far are you? He's like, it's like 25 minutes. I was like, you got the merch, right? He's like,
fat.
big old curdling scream.
It was.
No.
And I'm like, all right, I'm turning around. And then I tried to get a hold of Office Max, and I like sent them an email with the picture that I needed them to print for the stickers, because I didn't have that done in time. Matt was like, wait, you should make some stickers while I'm going back. And for whatever reason, I guess since I quit Office Max, they blocked my fucking email, and which is a good thing, because I send them some inappropriate things sometimes. But probably has nothing to do with me getting. I didn't get fired. But
Wait, what did you send him?
I sent them. I mean, only.
What, did you like blow up dick pics or something?
No, I mean, the subject line said giantess, so maybe they assumed I was sending them something weird. So anyway, so Matador went to FedEx in Salem to pick up some stickers, since he drew the short straw anyways, because he forgot the merch in the first place.
Yeah.
And, insult to injury.
Someone in line behind me that was also in there Is wearing a guy wearing really short shorts. I hear him go like, "No!" And he just shat himself and down his leg and all over in the store. And he kind of scrambled around trying to figure out what to do, and it just got everywhere. And they didn't know what to do, so I told them they should shut down so they could clean it up. And
We still got the stickers.
we still got the stickers. It took me like
Yeah,
half
how do you
an
clean
hour
it
in
up?
there.
Do you mop it up? Do you
No,
like,
they need
pick
to
it
get-
up with?
You probably have to do like enzyme treatment on the carpet and then do
no.
a
Oh, it was
steam
carpet?
clean. Yeah, it was
Oh,
carpet.
Oh no, I was thinking
I felt
like
really
I was thinking like a
bad.
bathroom floor, like a
Yeah, I
tiles
was
or
thinking like
something.
linoleum of sorts.
No, you can't mop this up.
Oh god.
I felt bad for the guy, honestly. He was so embarrassed. He seemed like such a nice guy.
Yeah. Did they just like let him out of there as soon as they could, or were they like, "Yo,
Well, no,
help us
I
out?"
think they didn't know what to do.
I'd
Yeah.
have been like, please get out, man. Like, go
do
whatever
finish.
you need to do, man. But just you can't stay here.
Ugh,
You don't
God.
need to go home, but you can't stay here.
I would go home.
I don't think I'd ever leave my house again.
And you know what? He owned up to it. He really did, and he tried to clean it up as best he could, and offered to come back and clean it better.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it was pretty honorable, but it
I
was-
hope you gave him a good tip.
give him a tip.
No, the FedEx people.
Oh,
You
I
give
don't
him a
even
tip
think-
for shitting into.
I don't think
So-
he even finished his thing he was doing.
Oh no.
Poor guy.
Yeah, poor guy.
It's my biggest fear in life.
What? Shitting your pants?
Like, incontinence. Like, not being able to control it anymore someday.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't have control over it, that's a bummer. But I guess you just gotta wear a diaper, dude.
Yeah, something I've seen that I think it's like for a lot of people having to wear a diaper might be like really personally like make them feel not strong or something, so they
Yeah.
don't want to do it. My
Yeah.
grandma, when she was in her final days, she had colon cancer, and she would not do it.
Didn't want to wear one.
She would not, yeah. So just a lot of messes that she'd have to clean up, or that
Well, I mean,
we'd have to.
yeah, like you said, it kind of makes you feel I
Like
don't
you
know,
can't, like you
take
lose
care of
it.
yourself or something.
Yeah.
Demoralized.
It's like it's hurt your pride a little bit.
It's not, yeah. I don't think I would actually care that much personally, but I could see it.
I mean, it's like what can you do? It's not your fault,
Yeah.
You just gotta do what you have to do to deal with it.
Also, I've not been in that situation though, so. I'll tell you what did really.
Don't lie.
I'll tell you what did scare the fuck out of me though is when I got my appendix taken out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was like, I couldn't bend over, twist or anything, and so I remember it took me like 5 days to take a shit.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking to myself, like, how am I gonna clean myself up after this? I was like panicked about it.
Really?
And yeah, and then I finally
Because it
just
was everywhere or what?
no, because I couldn't bend
Oh.
my torso. I couldn't
Yeah.
I couldn't reach there.
Oh, okay.
It was
Yeah.
like some
In so much pain, like so bloated or what?
yeah, heavily bloated, and
Oh.
also because the surgery they had to cut through my abdominal muscles.
Oh,
So
sore.
yeah, just gut wrenching pain anytime I moved anything that involved my abdominal muscles.
Oof.
So, but thankfully, when it came down to it, I was able to take care of it.
Yeah. That's why you need a bidet, man.
Fucking really, dude.
Have you ever like hurt your dominant wiping hand? It fucking sucks, man. Like,
I think so. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I've definitely broken my right hand.
Oh yeah.
ooh, that's rough. You had to become.
But I'm pretty
ambidextrous.
ambidextrous because I'm a drummer, so.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but yeah, I had like my hand was all cramped up for some reason. And it was like I couldn't apply any pressure at all, I never realized how much pressure you got to apply,
Oh yeah, if you're gonna get it clean, you gotta.
Is that when you bought your bidet, Charles?
It might have been no, I had it before. But
Thank
sure
God
does-
I got this bidet.
Yeah, sure does come in handy. Literally.
Yeah, literally, no pun intended.
Honestly, like, think of how much toilet paper that saves. How many less trees you cut down because of it.
Yeah, for sure. It does.
Could you imagine if, like, that became...
This butthole is a menace to society.
Well, think about, like, other environmental restrictions we place on things, you know? We put environmental restrictions on things all the time. Or, like, you know, I don't know.
How you gonna... Yeah.
Could you
Just
imagine
the outrage.
Could you imagine if they required that every house
Had a
that was
bidet.
sold had to have a bidet so we could reduce our tree use?
Well, is
Imagine
it tree
all the
use or
fucking-
water use?
Yeah. Well, I think... But in places like California, it would maybe be bad. But somewhere
Certain
like
places,
here, where
yeah.
we don't have water shortages.
Yeah, maybe like different solutions, different situations require different solutions, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's typically... Like, in the valley where we live, we don't have water shortages.
Yeah.
But we could.
In certain places, it might make more sense.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you're in Arizona and you only get, like, you know...
We don't have water shortages because not everyone owns a bidet.
They're like,
Yeah.
you guys got to stop using bidets because we can't get.
You don't realize people will sit there for like 5 minutes, man.
It's like, God, I don't know what to do. Every house in Oregon has a bidet, and then I go to California and you get a ticket for using a bidet.
How am I supposed to get my butt clean?
When I was a mover, I was working, or we moved a house, and it was these Europeans, really like solid Europeans. They were moving back to Germany or something, and all they had was wet wipes in their bathroom. Like they had no toilet paper in there.
Those are bad for your plumbing.
Yeah, really bad for the plumbing.
But they are nice.
I don't understand
sometimes.
why they didn't just like buy a bidet. They owned a house.
Yeah.
You know what Jorge and Esther were telling me? My neighbors in Southern Oregon were saying that, and I was like, how popular are bidets in Spain? And they told me that they're old houses, old people use them. Like that's like an old person thing. But, you know.
Oh, they don't really do it that much anymore?
Well,
Shots fired.
I don't know if it's that they don't use them, but it's just like if you go to a younger person's house or like a newer house, a lot of times they don't have them. But if it's an old person or an older person's or old house, they always have them.
I like using
require
mine. I
wisdom.
usually try to go at my house because I don't really like using other toilets as much. I mean, that's like, you know, I feel like most people anyways, but I mean, if I have to poop without a bidet, I don't know. I'm not into it.
Yeah, is
Well,
that
why
like,
not?
Is it hard? Is it like does it take an adjustment period for you?
Oh, to use a bidet?
Like to go from like
It was weird, I guess,
not
at
having
first.
your bidet anymore, like for a temporary amount.
Well,
of
when
time.
you first get one and you never really used one, you're like, wait, what?
BJ's calling me. What's up, dude?
Hey, we're talking about bidets.
You stuck in traffic
I think
too?
I'm gonna end it there.
Damn, yeah, we were late.